So next up, we have an amazing leader. She's number one in this area and this course. She's number one in retention. She has the most people active within her own non-manager team. She has a very, very big team, obviously. But we, for that particular core, we asked the top FPO within our countries, within the 3 countries, to come and present to you what it is that they do in order to keep people going. What do they do in order to keep those brand new people going, and what do they do in their team to get excitement and get lots of retention within their team? So, not taking any more time, I believe she's here. I want to invite her in. She's an amazing leader. She's been part of the company for the last 20 years. It's a family business for her. Her mother as well is in the business. Her mother brought her in. So she has been doing phenomenal. She has been winning and smashing incentives all the years. She has been growing a global business. She's a Sapphire Diamond manager. She's here with us, and she's here to share a lot of things. Natalie, thank you very much for coming in. And I'm passing over to you, and we can't wait to hear you out.
Good morning, everyone. What an absolutely amazing start to the day with Paul Brown. I'm sure loads of you have written so many notes and been inspired by him. And having been in the business for 19 years, you know, it's very rare we hear Paul speak. And what we need is to hear loads more from him, Paul, because my phone has been on fire with all of the tips you have given to people, and recruiting 31 in 1 month is just absolutely incredible. Puts me to shame and knows that I need to up my game too. So let me know in the chat box if you're listening live, if you're ready to up your game as well. For those of you that don't know me, yes, I've been in Forever for nearly 20 years now, got introduced through my mum. I worked my business exceptionally hard for the first 10 years. I actually got to number 2 in the world with Forever. I had my little girl Phoebe 7 years ago, so she's just turned 7. And during the last 7 years, you know, I've enjoyed what Forever has given to us. It's given us the choice of time. And I've been able to be mum, but yet still achieve chairman's bonus every single year, Eagle every single year, and still be recruiting regularly, but just not working at the speed I was then. And that's what it gives us, really, is those choices. The choices, if you put the hard work in the early days, you can live the life that you really want to live. So it's my delight to actually talk you through retention. So when Michael contacted me and asked me to do this presentation, I was actually really surprised that I had the top retention in the company. And I was thinking to myself, well, what is it that I do differently? And, you know, something for me, the biggest part of Forever is caring. It's caring for the people that you bring on board. Now, I see that as our customers. So caring for your customers, we spend so much time getting a customer. It's much easier to keep that customer by looking after them, but then finding new customers all the time. So when we get started, you know, for many of us, the customer care comes first, and then we get into the recruiting. So just think, you know, how you look after your customers. And when you recruit someone, I think of them still as a customer, because they're still learning, they still need nurturing, they need looking after in exactly the same way as anyone else. Now, like Paul said, you want to be speaking to 3 to 5 people a day to be recruiting regularly. If you want to be recruiting more, then you need to speak to more people than that. Now, in my history in Forever, that's really been my number, speaking to 3 to 5 people a day, not doing really much more than that, but being consistent with it. And that got me, as I said, to number 2 in the world. So using that stat is really, really key. And the one thing I think you should take away is to put them onto those business presentations. And then when they come through, nurture them. Think of them as a brand new customer, even though they're an FBO, and you're going to look after them, value them, and be there for them every step of the way. Now, you might be someone who's super confident when you get started. You're talking to everyone about the business, everyone about the products. Just remember, who we recruit are not always like us. I was the shyest person ever, the least confident person ever. It's my mum that introduced me, and she actually did over 10 product launches for me before I could even speak at them. Now, that time she put in has paid her for years coming, because she nurtured me and worked on what my confidence needed to make me the person that I am. And that's really, I think, my skill, if you like, as a business owner, is realizing that everybody we recruit is totally different. And we have to work with their needs, with their skills, and their lack of confidence to help them to be able to achieve. So I'm going to talk through some of the things that I do to be able to nurture, love, and care for my business owners in exactly the same way as I do my customers. And I think, when we recruit a brand new person, as Paul said, it's about what is it that's excited them? What is it that they're looking to achieve? They've joined you for a reason, so you need to help them become accountable on day one. And social media is a massive part of what we do. It's free advertising. So to be there with your box saying, I've started my business, and help them have that confidence on day one, because once they put it out there, they are a business owner. They are going to be building the business and being accountable to themselves, and you're going to be able to help them as a result. The first thing I always do is get the product launches booked in, because for me, that is the start of the business. And, I believe that if you can give someone time in person when they get started, you will get the most amazing results. I steer away from doing product launches online. I will get in my car in the UK and drive 3 or 4 hours if I need to give that person the best start, because I think that shows that you are there for them. It shows that you're willing to support them. It shows that you will go the extra mile for them, and then that helps them become accountable to you. They can see you supporting them, putting the effort in, and then they want to be able to get the results for themselves, because they can see that you're supporting and believing in them. So for me, getting the product launches in straight away is really, really important. And I will also obviously do them online after, because they've got people that don't live close by. But helping them get the confidence to do those first steps means that they're more likely to then go away and do their own product launches and do that for their team. Now, also, I've just recruited a lady 2 weeks ago. She's gone supervisor in her first 2 weeks. We actually haven't done her product launch yet because I was on holiday when she got started. I'm going up to do her product launch next week, and she has also recruited someone straight away. Now, I'm not expecting her to do that product launch herself. I'm going to go and do that one for her new recruit, and she'll be there with me. So straight away, I'm showing that I'm supporting her and her new person to give them the confidence to do it themselves. Now, if you have got an FBO that is making money straight away, they are excited. So they've retailed their first product, they've shown their first business presentation, they've got money in their pocket, they're more likely to keep on going than if they've got the starter pack and they haven't had the support to make that first sale, to make to recruit that first team member. So I think really, you need to make sure that that FBO has money in their pocket within the first week of getting started. And for me, it's creating a relationship. People stay where they feel loved and cared for and part of something, which again goes back to why I would prefer to work with someone in the early days, one-on-one, in person, rather than hiding behind a screen, because it's much easier to create a relationship with a new team member When you're in person, you can sit down, have a cuppa, have a chat, know their needs. They'll open up to you more. If someone's opening up to you more, you're peeling back the layers and you're finding out what it is that's going to help that person move forward, what it is that they're prepared to work for, what their pain points are, and to be able to help them hit their goals. And making the time to create those relationships is even more important if you don't know the person that you've recruited. If it is someone that's come from an advert, from cold market, from social media, make the time to be able to sit next to them in person and chat with them. And you know, someone is joining their business for them, not for you. So you've always got to make it about them. My goal, my needs, my why is totally different to the person that I'm recruiting. I can share my pain points of why I've got started, my pain points through my journey of what's been keeping me moving forward. But this business is about them, not you. And the only way you find out and peel back those layers with someone is by giving them time, by making them feel important. You know, most people have come from a job where they're told what they've got to do, they're told what their goals are. They've not come from a business where we are interested in them and what they want. And I think if we always remember that, then we're going to get results and keep that FBO ordering. It's about showing, not telling. You know, you've always got to be leading by example. I can't say to my team, you know, use the business presentations if I'm not using them myself. I can't say to them, you know, turn up on the back to school training, yet I look through the names and they're not on there. You're not on there. So you've got to lead by example. It's monkey see, monkey do. So I can't be saying to my person, you know, you need to speak to 3 to 5 people a day to recruit, yet they're not seeing me recruiting. I can't say to them, go and do a product launch, go and do an event if I'm not doing them myself. So whatever you are training and saying to your team to do, make sure it's what you're doing so they can see that it gives you results, because that gives them faith, it gives them confidence, and it shows them that if they do what you do as their sponsor, they will get the same results. Rolling training has always been key. So 19 years in the business, and I think I set up my first rolling training 17 years ago around my kitchen table. And that is pretty much the same rolling training as you see now. It's been adapted slightly over the years because times change, social media changes. But the fact that you are plugging people into a training week on, week out, week off does not change. You know, a great thing to do, we're so lucky with everything that we've got set up, is you can literally get on the rolling training online on a Monday night. But why not get those people around your kitchen table? If they're local to you, get them around your kitchen table and watch it together, because the energy that's created creates such different results than just being online the whole time. You can also have access to the slides. Do it yourself. Do it in person. Do it with your team, but see the value of it. And obviously, don't say to your team, be on the rolling training tonight, on Monday night, online, and they can't see you on it, because they're going to be chatting to you after saying, well, I saw I could do this. I could see I could do that. And you're like, oh, I wasn't on. What is it that they're talking about? So lead by example. Something I've done for many years, and we've been doing all over the summer as well, is running power hours. So during the day, there's two times a day that people can jump online on Zoom, and we're there to chat through people's problems, people's ideas, people's excitement. Bringing people together brings great results. You know, you might be brand new and think, well, you know, I haven't got people to do those power hours with right now. I've just got one person. But make a time that you're working with them online once a day, twice a day, 3 times a week, whatever it is. Build it up so that you can work together, because putting that time in your diary makes forever time. It makes business time. Individual plannings, I always plan individually with my business owners as they get started. I'll never do a group planning because I want to get to that person's why. And, you know, someone won't open up to their pain points if they're with someone else. And I will check in regularly and do individual plannings with that person so that I can really show that I'm supporting them. And then the most important thing when you've done that planning is follow up on it. If they said they were going to speak to their friends, Sarah, Kate, and Paul, follow up, see what they said. Are they ready for you to do a business presentation with that person? If they say they're going to get their events booked in, follow up on the planning meeting, because it shows that you're serious about supporting and helping them. Equally, if they've had an issue, maybe they don't know what to say, maybe they need some help, then they're going to be able to open up to you and you're going to be able to help them with that. Having group messages is amazing. So I will put brand new people in a team WhatsApp message so they can thrive off each other, they can share ideas, and it supports them. That might be on Facebook Messenger, it might be on another system, whatever it is that you use, but bringing people together creates relationships. If I've got team going to a training, you know, we've got a skincare training coming up at head office, then I'll put those people together in a message so that they can link up together when they get there, because it's always great to have a friendly face, to be turning up knowing that someone's expecting you. It's about planning. You know, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. I always want to do a 7-day plan with my team members, with my new team members. So they're literally committing to talking to their 3 people a day, if that's what they've committed to. So we're going to be able to follow up on those. And, you know, maybe they're not getting them onto the business presentation. Maybe after the business presentation, they're not finding it easy to close. If you've got a list of those people and you can go through it with them, then you can find and see where they need more help, where you can support them more. They can see, you know, the retail activity they're committed to, the trainings that they're going to, and you've got a quick plan of your week. Because I think what stalls people the most is they think, right, I've got an hour now to do my business. What am I going to do? Whereas if you've got that written down because you've done it on a Sunday night, then you can quickly fit it into the nooks and crannies of your day. It might be you're at school pickup, you know, a lot of my team are mums. So at school pickup, you know, you could be quickly, you've got 10 minutes to wait and you look at your list and think, right, I'm going to phone Sarah now and see if she's free to listen to the business presentation this evening. Volume mapping. You know, nobody when they're brand new knows how to volume map, how to plan their month. If you don't know how to volume map, make sure you're on the rolling trainings because we go through it all on there. But if someone can see where their 6 to 10 case credits is coming from that month, if they're brand new, you've shown that they need to do 4 product launches. Maybe they've got 3 people that you're talking to about the business. You can plan where those CCs are coming from, and they've got a quick glance at their month and they can think, right, okay, well, I haven't got that launch booked in, that's cancelled, I need to replace it. So make sure you do a monthly volume plan with your new people, but also your people that are progressing. So if you've got someone from supervisor going to assistant manager, make sure you're teaching her or him to plan from the bottom down, to plan their team from the bottom, because what they do is going to affect what you do. One-to-one and team business presentations. When I've got a brand new person, the first thing I want to do is give them the confidence to talk about the business. So I will do one-to-one business presentations with that brand new FBO. Why do I do that? Not put them just straight online, because I want to build the relationship with them. If you remember on the first slide, the most key thing is having a relationship with your FBO. So if I'm turning up doing their product launches, if I'm consistently doing business presentations for the people they're talking to about the business, they're seeing me a lot. They're building up a rapport with me and they're trusting me. So they know that they can come to me and I won't fail them. I will always be there for them. And, you know, if you can get someone in their team straight away, then they're going to be super happy. Obviously, I'm not available all the time for everybody. So using the online presentations is key as well. But for me, doing it with them as well is the most important part, because that gives them the confidence to be able to do the business presentation themselves as well. And then following up. So follow up on that plan daily, weekly, monthly, to give them the confidence and to find what they're struggling with, so you can work with them to help them create their success. Recognition is so, so important. In the workplace, people are recognized when they're late for work, very rarely recognized for the good things that they do. We always do a monthly recognition call. So it might be someone getting their first order, because everything is important and every person wants to see their name in lights. They want to see their picture on the screen. They want to feel proud, share that on their social media. So recognizing all the little things lead up to recognizing the big things. So when you've got a brand new supervisor, you want to hear from them on the call. When you've got someone who's done their first product launch, their first event, you want them to share on the call their experience, because doing that will make them feel accountable, make them feel part of it, and make them feel like that they can do this. So always doing shout outs in groups is really important, in your group messages, in your Facebook team groups, on their social media. Sending personal messages and gifts. You know, when someone's done their level 1 4CC, when someone has got to supervisor, got to assistant manager, receiving something in the post makes someone feel really, really special. And to be meeting up with people, you know, doing lunches with people, doing evening events with people, bringing team together. When there's a company event, you know, make sure you're going out for dinner before or after, so you're using that time to create and cement relationships. Because remember, where people feel valued, loved and wanted, they're always going to stay. Always do incentives, little team challenges. You might have just one person in your team and you're going to say, let's see if we can sell 10 aloe lips today. Let's see if we can retail 20 tooth gels this weekend. Let's see if we can get 5 people on the business presentation tomorrow. Having little challenges, people like to work together, like to compete. Competition is good. And then they like the shout out after. Spa days, meals out. You know, I did a spa incentive recently, get to supervisor as a new FBO or get to supervisor again as an existing FBO. This was 25cc over 2 months, and come on a spa day. You know, and quite often I'll team together with other managers. So I did this actually with Bettina Biazzo. She's not in my team, but you know, we work and support each other. And we both generated a new supervisor and had a great spa day together. Those 2 team members become friends, they start share ideas and they feel valued and go on to the next step. So in fact, Mariam came with me. She went on to assistant manager the following month. Company incentives. Like I said, you need to lead by example. You need to be winning at everything. If Michael sets an incentive, go for it. Because if you don't do it, you're not showing your team that they can do it. Even if you can't go to where it is, you need to be seeing your name in lights as one of the people that's achieving. They are doing it. And I have to say, it's very, very rare, even in the last 7 years of me not working my business as hard as I used to, that I miss an incentive. In fact, every holiday, I'm there on it, because who doesn't want a free holiday? You know, Rex has said to us, you can go on these trips for free. Why wouldn't I do that? Just by doing the small acts of business consistently to be able to achieve. 3 to 5 people a day to look at this business is not a lot when you've got the right mindset to move forward. You need to be developing your people into leaders. You know, never make this business about you. It's not about your success. It's about your team's success, because we want people to be joining us. If we're constantly talking about us and how amazing we are and what we're achieving on our social media, we're not actually saying, look at this person I've helped. Look what they've achieved. I am here to serve my team, not to be here about shouting my own success. It's about being interested in the people that you're introducing into the team. By caring for them, you'll get more results than you ever thought possible. You've got to be able to develop those team members, to be able to give them the confidence to get up and speak. Remember, it took my mum 10 product launches for me to get up and speak. I didn't speak at a business presentation for years. I will be the one that you see least at training events because I don't like speaking. And if Michael comes to me, I will actually say, do you know what? I've got this person in my team that would be amazing. Because for me, putting people in my team up on a pedestal by letting them share their experiences, their success, you're only ever going to achieve more because their confidence massively grows. So if you were on one of my training events, one of my recognition calls, it's very rare you'll hear much from me because I want to be hearing from the new person that's just recruited their first person, from the person who has done an advert and got great results. Because by developing that person, you're developing their confidence, you're making them into a leader. They can then lead their own team and they're going to be accountable. So from day one, let's hear from the new people that are achieving because they are the important ones. And it is about having that mindset. Paul is so right. 95% of what we do is mindset. So you have to be saying, you can do this. I can do this. I want this so much. There's no other avenue. So for me, a big thing was putting my kids into a private education. I went to the schools when I was earning £500 a month and I was committed to make it happen. There was no plan B, no other option. My children started in private school 2 years later. So Will was 9, Rosie was 7, and I just had tunnel vision. My mindset was that's where they needed to be. Your goal will be totally different. But for me, that's what was in my heart. That was the thing that could not fail. So I did what I needed to do. What is the thing that could not fail for you that's going to work up here and move you forward and not let you stop? And always have a totally inclusive environment. The person doing 1cc is as important as the person that's doing 20cc. Neil, can you turn the tap off, please? The person doing 1cc is as important as the person doing 30cc, because actually your team is going to be made up of a lot more people doing 1 than doing 30, and everyone is as important as each other. Now I'm too running out of time, so I'm going to talk a little bit faster, but we've got some amazing tools that can help you learn your stats. FLP 360, if you haven't got it, it's so important and it is key to knowing your business. So as a brand new FBO, you need to know that, sorry, one sec. Neil, can you wait 5 minutes? So as a brand new FBO, you need to know exactly where your business is. You need to know where your 4cc is coming from. So personal, if you log on to the app, your personal needs to be always 1, because we can't just recruit 2 people and do 4cc. We need to always have 1 personal. Now, I like my personal retailing to always be as a minimum of 4, but it's normally more like 10 because I've built up a lot of customers that I really, really care about. You need to be recruiting people. So that's where the preferred customer bit is in this. That's 2cc. So you can see this person has recruited 1. How many people do you want to see in there? Do you want to see, like Paul, over 60cc in preferred customer? That means he's recruited 30 people that month. So your active personal plus your preferred customer needs to be over 4cc each month. And as a brand new assistant supervisor, that means you get your 5% bonus. So you get 35%. And once you've got a team, you're going to get your team leading bonus as well. Your nun manager, so in that 14.450, that person, that's the amount, the CCs from their open business, from the people in their team. So whether you're supervisor or above, that's going to be your nun manager business. So get familiar with that. Get familiar with the incentives, because as Global Rally, you know, if you're brand new, start monitoring this. It works from January through to December, and the first qualification is actually 500cc to go to the rally. So make sure you become familiar with what is on your 360 app and don't miss out on a free holiday. That's always what I've done, you know, traveled the world with a company down to the holidays. And then you've got something called 4Core. So for me, it was the retention that Michael wanted me to speak about. So these are my actual figures. You can see in August, I had 46 people in my open business placing orders. And 12 months later, I've got 63. I know I've been more committed this year. I know I've been working more, and my stats show it, because 37% up on retention. So 37% up on people placing orders continuously in my open business. So become familiar and learn this. And there's loads of trainings on FLP 360. This one I didn't realize was there. I just want to share this for people that have a bigger team. If you go onto your laptop rather than the app, there's something called focus group. So you can go through your downline and see, for example, who has CC, but they're not 4cc active. So you can reach out to these people and say, how can I be supporting you more? How can I help you get that extra 5% bonus? How can I help you get your bonus on your team? Let me know how to support you better. So really, really become familiar with the tools that Forever give us to enable us to monitor our business, to have amazing retention, and to know the different cores from your recruitment, your retention, your productivity, to be able to manage our business better. You know, and just to end, you do reap what you sow. So think to yourself, what do I want to be? What do I want to be known as? What do I want my new FBOs to be saying about me? How do I want them to talk about me? How do I want them to talk to their friends, their family, looking at the business and saying the support that they're getting? You know, for me, this quote, I aspire to be a giver of love, a giver of good vibes, and a giver of strength. And I would like my team to be saying that is the person that I am, because I am always there for them. Whether they have ordered last month, not ordered for 2 months, 2 years, that they know that I will always welcome them, help them, and drop everything to be there to give them the time and the support that they need. Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the morning, and I will hand back to Michael.
Natalie, thank you very much. Brilliant job once again. And of course, you're proving what you're saying, because I know how many engagements you have. I know you have to be running off somewhere else, but you're here to serve. And for that, we're really grateful. And we're really proud to have you as members of this amazing family.